What advice would you have for aspiring entrepreneurs?
And I don't know if I can be the judge on entrepreneurships. My personal entrepreneurship endeavors has not gone well, but it's never the end of the line. I'm going back in the ring for a second round after the first experience, which I'm grateful for. I only learned so much. So I wouldn't really give specific advice to entrepreneurs, but a more general advice on and having a fluid view of yourself. We can identify ourselves in different ways. You can think a person with certain strengths and weaknesses, and that's a fixed self-image, and that's who I am, and so I know I'm good at certain things and bad at others. Or you can adopt a growth mindset. It's understanding that who I am is a fluid thing. I can change, grow, and mold, and identify yourself as a learner. A learner can be good at anything if you put enough effort into it.
Yes.
So by identifying with I'm the smart guy, I'm an engineer, I have, let's say, above average intelligence. I've always thought of myself, I'm smart. That actually worked against me, because what that does is you don't try so hard, and if it's not coming to me easily, maybe you avoid that area.
Sure.
But by shifting your perspective to have a growth mindset, to view yourself as the learner. I'm okay to be the fool at first, to try something and suck at it, because you can never be good at something until you pay the price of being a fool for a while. And you know the cards, the tarot cards, the card of the master comes after the card of the fool. You can never be a master at anything unless you're willing to go the dredge of being the fool.
Interesting. Very interesting. And guys, I'm going to apologize to you for my cut sequence there as he was speaking. You're watching my ugly mug for a good period of that time, but we fixed it in the end. Let's shift topics and categories a bit. We still got plenty of time. This is on personal interest and adventures, so keep that in mind as I ask you these questions. Got these glasses. What inspired your passion for mountain climbing, and what does the experience bring to your life? Now, guys, I tell you, he's done something that I've always thought about doing while I was over here. Well, half-heartedly thought about it. We have a mountain, the highest mountain peak is that the highest mountain peak in Southeast Asia? Mount Kinabalu, and my man Islam out of the blue, during COVID, he was practicing doing the stairs on the stairs for this climb. So that question, what inspired your passion for mountain climbing, and what does the experience bring to your life? And share some of the other mountains that you've climbed.
Sure. Mountain climbing is it's a combination of many beautiful things. It is. See, first of all, we're humans. Humans will look at any high point and want to stand on top of it. True. Even as kids, you'll climb on the couch and stand on the top part, the dangerous part. We are driven to go to the highest peak, to venture into every unexplored area of our planet. And when we finish that, we'll go to the stars. So it's an intricate part of what being human is. You want to do as much of that as possible. So it is, for me, it's time in nature, which is healing, is refreshing. And I think fondly of my time in Malaysia for this aspect, among many, to be able to have access to all these beautiful hills and mountains surrounding Kuala Lumpur and a bit further. So this is where it started. So time in nature, and then the sense of achievement to climb as high of a mountain as possible. I have a personal goal to climb the 7 peaks of the world. And I just did the first of them, which is Mount Kilimanjaro, the highest peak in Africa, the tallest single standing mountain in the world. It's around 6,000 meter high, a 10-day climb. And
10-day climb?
10 days.
Yeah. Oh, wow, okay.
In and out.
Okay. 5 up, 5 down.
7 in, because it's harder to climb than 3 out. And it just the sense of achievement for doing something like that, the time you spend in nature just washes everything off you.
Can you share a memorable story from one of the times of one of your past climbs? Was it Kinabalu?
This is very relevant to Malaysia, actually. So the tallest mountain on the western island of Malaysia is it's called Gunung Nuang.
Oh, okay.
It's not as high as Mount Kinabalu, but it is a very different hike. Mount Kinabalu is a beautiful hike, very easy, well structured, well serviced. The hike is there's like steps, while Gunung Nuang is rough. You cross 5 rivers in between, so you get wet very early on. You're covered in between trees and jungle, dense jungle throughout. The last bit of it is just very difficult. You're using stairs that are attached in there, so it's not a very difficult technically. And then at the end of it, there is no rewarding view. You just get to the top and it's covered with trees, so there is no happy ending.
Oh, jeez.
So it's the most difficult, dreaded hiking day. We started before sunrise when it's still dark with flashlights, and we came back when it's after sunset, so just after sunset. So you got like 15, 16 hours of just walking and no,
anticlimactic. No.
It's to this day the toughest hiking day to do it in one day. Gunung Nuang.
Wow! But if I'm not mistaken, you did an extra piece of Kinabalu, which involves some ropes and some other things. Was that the first time you've done that before?
Yeah. So that's the Via Ferrata in Kinabalu, and here in Malaysia, it's a unique place because it's the highest Via Ferrata in the world. Via Ferrata is Italian for iron road. And what it means, so you do the hike, you reach the peak, and just on your way back, still in a high spot, you put on a harness and you put your carabiner around a wire rope that goes on the side of the mountain. And then you're really literally dangling on the side of the mountain with 1-inch steel plates that are hammered into the mountain for your feet. And you look down and it's a 700-meter straight drop. Jesus. This is the highest Via Ferrata in the world. It's scary in every way. You're safe. You're attached with a carabiner. But you feel like every part of yourself asking you to stick to the mountain like a lizard. You feel that you're literally gonna die. It's scary and exhilarating.
Listen, this gives. I tell you guys, this guy gives a whole new meaning to road less traveled. Again, the choose creativity over comfort. You apply that to every aspect of your life. It appears. This next one here. Let's see what we got. Since we're on the topic of climbing, I got a surprise text from this man here a couple of days ago. He says, "Hey, Snow, I'm coming tomorrow. It'd be great to see you." out of the blue, and didn't really know what he was here for. But he's here in transit to his next climbing adventure. Yeah. So that's his next question. What are you most looking forward to in your upcoming? Is there a climb in North Vietnam?
Yeah. Well, I just needed a break, and for me, having a break includes some time in nature. So I'm researching. It's not my first time in Vietnam, but and I'm going with Elena, my wife. Will do the cruise in Halong Bay and the nice things. But once she leaves, I'm then out of the beaten path. So there's 2 things I want to do there. So the tallest mountain of Vietnam is in Sapa. That's north of the capital, Hanoi, and it's a 2-day climb. So I'll do that. And then there is a loop that is, they say, dangerous. You can access it by motorbikes, and it's a 5 days on a motorbike going around the loop near the borders with China.
Oh, wow.
So the mountain, 2-day climb, and then 5 days on a motorbike on the border with China. That's very exciting for me.
That's fascinating. We have this, some of our Black communities in the U.S., we have this, there's this running joke about blacks and whites. And that is, Black people, we go on vacation.
Okay.
And then white people go on adventure. Right.
When you're referring to me as white in this case,
Yeah.
and this is one of my life challenges. You know, I lived in Australia, I lived in Africa. In Africa, I'm the white guy.
Yeah.
In Australia, I'm the colored guy.
Yeah.
I'm in
Right.
between. I'm Middle Eastern, so
Yeah.
I can never fit either way.
Yeah, amen, amen. But, however, your adventures
That's
are
very
100%.
white.
100%
That's very
right.
white. Okay.
Yeah, we'll toast. We'll toast to that. No, it's beautiful. But I see more and more people of color, minorities, Black, Hispanics, Latinos, or whatever, embracing these different adventures because, hey, why not? Why is it? In fact, that joke is a dated joke. It's from some time back, but it was thought that would apply here for a good laugh. Netizens, you guys don't come after me, or come after me. I don't care. The next question's up on here in terms of adventures. You got Vietnam inside here. Oh man, listen. So not for nothing. I don't know that you are a physically fit specimen, but how do you prepare for physically for these things?
Yeah, well, this actually can be a helpful topic to some people because I was not physically fit like growing up. You were an athlete in
Yes.
high school and through your life, that comes naturally to you to something. I had to build this aspect of my personality like many others. I had to learn that I was never, for example, a morning person. The idea of these people who wake up at 5 a.m. to
Yeah.
go exercise, that sounds crazy. Who can do that? For the last 3 years, I've done that at least 4 times a week
Nice.
to exercise in the morning. So you can change your perspective on who you are. You can become a person. Part of my transformation is I lost 20 kilos and became fit. So it is, I've been like chubby for most of my life. I was the chubby kid. I'm still tall, but chubby and overweight. I thought of my person as an overweight person,
Okay.
but that doesn't need to stay. So I've changed that as many aspects and maintaining this learner mentality that I am who I choose to be rather than what I think I am.
Nice.
Yeah, so mountain climbing is one, and then in Africa, I had the opportunity to work with the boxing champion of Africa and as a personal trainer and get into boxing because it's also a realization of what masculinity means. And I'm a pacifist to some degree, at least how I think. I don't get into physical confrontations or avoid it. And, I never had to. I guess I'm tall enough and look intimidating enough that people will not try it with me. So I never. But then to realize that being good, a good person, a good man, does not mean that you're pacifist or you're weak or you're incapable of it. It's to be a monster inside, capable of doing real damage, but then restraining yourself and being a good person. That's true goodness, not niceness, if I use a difference. Being a nice guy versus being a good man. So you have to really acknowledge that destructive, aggressive, animalistic aspect of yourself, be capable of doing real damage, and then be choosing to be a good person. Then you're truly good, not because you have to. It's because you can and you don't.
Yeah, very well said. Very good point. I've been struggling with some PTSD issues. I've had these aggressions in the past. My former career